There's snakes in here too, so we'll see what we run into. You might hit some poison ivy in here. You don't care? All right.
I have no idea what this is though.
I have to keep on redoing my string on my weed eater. Been doing this about 20 years. It's not a jungle anymore. We got this area back here. We're just gonna cut down all the grass and all that stuff around here. There's some lantanas in there. Those flowers back there, and rose bushes growing along there. So we'll keep that stuff. We're just gonna clean up this area. I'm just gonna start by picking up some of the trash in here. So we normally do things kind of in phases. Whenever it's such high grass like this, go do a walkthrough, pick up any big trash, and like move any big objects out of the way so we don't hit it with the mower. Believe it or not, this was even messier before we started on it. There's vines and all kinds of stuff growing up along this wall. We saw a huge possum in there. It lives in there. It has like white hair. It's kind of creepy looking. So we may see it today. There's snakes in here too, so we'll see what we run into. Just gonna go through and cut it about a foot or two down. We'll start with that phase one of weed eating. You might hit some poison ivy in here. You don't care? All right.
Over here is where we separated the trees and the vines from the side of the building. All the way down along here. Before, there's no way to get through. You couldn't even see through.
Okay, Melvin. We're doing from there to there, and he's gonna use the trimmer to cut some of the bigger stuff and clean up around the roses and the lantana. So that's kind of phase two while I get on the mower. Got done so far. Phase one. And do some more. A little bit more cleanup around this area. The flowers there, lantana flowers. These grab some rose bushes. Trim the sides. Finish this grass up over here. Beautiful lantana plants. I was trimming in here. I noticed some black things, and I was like, "Are those hearts?" But then I saw they look like grapes. There's some that are black. See? Look at that. And when you open it, it looks almost like a grape. I have no idea what this is, though. It's not a grape. It looks kind of poisonous. I have to look that up. These are beautiful.
there going through and picking up some trash. I'm about to do one more round of cutting with the weed eater.
I have to keep on redoing my string on my weed eater. I've been getting either Echo or I think it's called Diamondback or some other different brands, but Echo string I definitely prefer over the steel string. There's something about this steel string that just breaks so easy. The same size string too as the Echo brand, but I definitely prefer it over the years. Been doing this about 20 years of experience, so I also like the Echo weed eaters better too over the steel. Everyone has their preference, but I like this 2620. Some of the older Echoes, older weed eaters, they lasted a lot longer, but I just really like the Echo's weed eaters better than steel weed eaters for just the weed eaters. Some of the positives and negatives, I think, from my experience is that the steel weed eaters, the negatives about it is it shakes more on you. I don't know if it's technically lighter, some of the same the weed eaters with the similar power between the Echo and steel. It feels heavier though. It feels a little heavier. The shaft seems a little bit, I haven't actually measured it myself, but the shaft seems a little bit longer on the Echo. Another negative about the steel is the shaft, I think, is shorter. It feels bulkier and it shakes in your hand. If you're using it all day, it shakes, so your hands are like shaking at the end of the day. It's just more comfortable. These Echoes seem longevity wise. Sometimes the steel weed eaters actually will go longer without maintenance on them. So probably a longevity as far as just turning on the steel, but the Echo, they keep their torque, whereas the steels, they'll seem to kind of lag once your line gets a little long. But I like letting my line out a little longer on the head, and the Echoes seem to go smoother when you let it out longer, and the steels kind of lag a little bit when you let your line out longer. Just on a side note as well, I apologize if my camera skills are not super good. I'm just using my phone for now. I'm just kind of getting started on the YouTube channel, so if you'll have patience with me as I upgrade cameras and all that stuff, that'll be great. I'm also getting used to having to stop working to film things. I've been doing this like 20 years and so used to getting to a job and just going at it and not stopping. Well, it's not perfect, but we just kind of had a time limit and this area has just been completely neglected, so they're gonna be happy that we got this done. So now they won't have any problems with snakes back here, or rodents like I've seen back here. It's not a jungle anymore. We just left some of the lantana roses, trimmed around these rose bushes. Just kind of cut everything we could low. And then we'll just do sections of picking up trash as we went. Got it done in about, I would say 2.5 hours. That much. And we had budgeted for about 2 hours. We're out working on one of our properties and there's this retention pond over here that we've been doing for a while, but we're not gonna mow it today. But I've been wanting to try to fish in this for a while. I've seen bass over in the water while I mow. I finally remembered to bring my fishing pole and I've been keeping it in my truck recently only, but I'm gonna go see what I can catch. And maybe we can do a catch and cook.